Hey, Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans, Doug Boles here with you again with our 2022 Indianapolis 500 champion, Marcus Ericsson. You know, we're taping this in January, but you're seeing this as we get ready to lead into Long Beach. Maybe the second most important race in the entire NTT IndyCar series because of its history and its tradition, but certainly nothing like the 108th running of the Indianapolis 500 presented by Gainbridge. The guy to my right knows what it's like to win it. He also knows what it's like to come so close to winning it again. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Ericsson. Marcus, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to start with the worst part of the thing. You won the race in 2022. We had a blast, by the way. Thank you. You were an awesome champion. All the things that we got to do as we led into it, having your banner up over Tunnel 2. Do you think it is worse to finish second after winning, or would it have been worse to finish second if you'd never won it?
It's a hard question. Finishing second is heartbreaking because especially at the 500, it really is the winner takes it all. You know, it's that kind of race where you sort of, everyone that doesn't win is in a way a loser there that day. But for me, you know, still that last 500, just the whole month of May was so special for me to come there as the defending champion and to enjoy that with all the fans and everything that was going on. It was just a very, very special month, and yeah, I really did my everything, and like you said, it doesn't get much closer than that to win it back to back. So I'm proud of that, and I just try and do it again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've really adapted well to ovals. For some of the ovals were nothing you'd done before. It seems like you really enjoy racing on ovals.
I love it. I think it's, to be fair, when I stopped my Formula 1 career and took the step to IndyCar racing, one of the biggest motivations to doing that was to drive ovals and drive the Indy 500. For me, you know, being a European born and raised driver, many, you know, it's the other way around. They want to come here, but they don't want to do the ovals. They are, you know, wish there was no ovals. But I don't know, I was growing up watching, you know, IndyCar racing. I was growing up watching the 500 on TV. I remember watching Kenny Brack in the late 90s, you know, winning the 500 as well. So somewhere in the back of my mind, I always had that dream, and I think that's helped me to really develop into a very good, but yeah, a decent IndyCar oval driver.
You obviously are a very good one, or you wouldn't have won the Indianapolis 500. But there's a lot more I think people think it's, hey, you're just turning left, but there's an awful lot of strategy in that. Getting through those corners, thinking about the draft, you got to worry about where your car is, and then looking ahead to figure out where you can make your moves.
Yeah, for me, what I love about the oval racing, especially at the Speedway here in Indy, is the precision and the details that's needed, you know, especially to win. You know, everything has to be perfect, and everything you do during the race has to be perfect. You need to have good pit crews, pits, in laps, out laps, the way you position yourself, all the restarts. It's so many moments in that race that can go wrong, and it does go wrong for a lot of other cars, you know. So you have to be the one that really does all those small things, all the details right, and then, you know, you position yourself for the last 10 laps and, you know, to be there and fight for it. But all the precision and all those details is what I really love about it.
So will be your sixth Indianapolis 500, which we were talking earlier at how hard that is to believe. Your third team, but a brand new team this year after several really great years with Ganassi. You've moved to Andretti Global. How's that transition gone so far?
So far it's been great. It's been really, you know, welcoming from the team side. It's a new challenge for me. I'm very excited about it and thankful to be representing the Andretti name and Andretti family. That's very special. And, you know, going into the month of May with the Andretti team, I feel like the team itself has been very strong at the Speedway over the years. The last couple of years maybe not been on the level they want to be, so I'm hoping I can bring a lot of that experience and feel that I've had the last few years with Ganassi and sort of get us to the level where we can fight with Ganassi and the other top teams to win the race.
When you get new teammates, so you get Colton and Kyle, both extremely talented, very fast, is it hard to begin to learn from new teammates, or are you looking forward to that challenge of, at some level, you're going to have to mentor them. At the other level, I think, you know, they're going to be able to help maybe raise your game. So
yeah, for sure. I think that dynamic in IndyCar is very interesting, where, you know, you work with your teammates, and I had the pleasure and, you know, to be teammate with Scott Dixon, one of the best ever, and Alex Palou and some other drivers, and we had a really good relationship there in Ganassi, and I think that helped us to be on, you know, the top of our game. And I really feel like we need to do that in Andretti as well, and I feel like we will do that because Kyle and Colton, I already get along super well with them, Like you said, they are two of the most talented drivers in the field. So for me to come in there and sort of mix it up with them, it's going to be really challenging in a really good way.
Which is fantastic. And you've not only loved the Speedway and loved the NTT IndyCar Series, but you've made Indiana your home.
Yeah, I mean, I have a house here. Me and my wife, we live here for most of the year. So I really feel at home in Indianapolis, and yeah, I love it here in Indiana.
Well, we're glad to have you, and it would be a blast to celebrate another Indy 500 with you. I know second time around would mean a lot more for you probably, and having to be able to stand back and look at all the things that last year was sort of a whirlwind for us together. Last question for you. What was your favorite part of the off season?
It was probably Christmas with family. You know, coming home to family and friends. Doesn't happen so often. Like I said, I live here in Indianapolis now and spend most of the year here. So just to go back and see your family and friends, that's something that gives me a lot of energy going into a new year, a new season. So for me, that was my highlight.
Sounds great. Well, there you have it, Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans. Our 2022 Indianapolis 500 champion, Marcus Ericsson. He will be trying to pick up win number 2. New team, new colors, but the same great talent, Marcus Ericsson.